quick warm-up sentence just to get our brains ready for writing, to get us thinking about writing. Try and think of a verb, a noun, and an adjective. If you can remember, a noun is a naming word, the name of a person, a place, or a thing. Verb is an action word, something we can do. I'm drinking, or I'm waving, I can write, I can run, think, eat, jump, and lie, and sleep. All those things are verbs, things that we can do. Adjective, it's a describing word. The monster is green, small, new, wide, furry, squishy, kind. All these words are adjectives because they describe. So let's think of a sentence with a noun, a verb, an adjective. The green, adjective, monster, noun, was very happy to be swimming in the water. What could your sentence be with a noun, a verb, and an adjective?
That doesn't make sense.
This video is all about this. Letter size and letter formation. Formation. Form is how something is made. So how do we make our letters? And what letter sizes are we using? Usually when we get to this time in grade 1, people start to notice, oh, my writing is kind of too big sometimes, or it's too messy sometimes, or it looks different. Some letters look different from other letters. Okay, so sometimes people say, look, my writing, I can read it, I have spaces in there, but look, some of the letters are super big, some are tiny, small. What we try and think of in our writing is to try and keep the letters around about the same size. And we also try and write the letters in what we would say the right way. And there's a reason why we write them in certain ways. And I'll explain a little more too. To get our letters to be kind of the same size, we use lines on our paper. Now I have this special paper that has lots of lines on it already. And you can see that I'm trying to keep all the letters in between the spaces on the line. Instead of kind of looking a little bit, some big, some small, some middle size, all of mine are kind of the same size. You don't have to use paper like this. We usually sand paper with lines. I'm just using some cardboard here that's hard. It's easy for me to draw lines on. And I can draw lines that are kind of close together because as we get older, usually what happens is our writing gets smaller because we can control our hands more. And that's called our fine motor skills. The things that we do with our hands like this, like writing, we use our fine motor skills. So we can use our fingers in a better way. We can control what our fingers do. When we're really small, sometimes it's hard for us to control our fingers so well. So if we build up the muscles in our fingers, if we do lots of things that maybe we squeeze things and we practice moving small things around, our muscles in our fingers get easier to control. So we can do lots of small movements instead of big movements. When we're younger, we start with big movements and then we get to smaller movements. Instead of controlling the marker like this, we can control the marker and make smaller movements and be really careful with how we write things. Usually try and get the bottom of the word to sit on the line. There we go, look at that. That feels so neat. I just took a little bit of time there and I've written through that. And you can see the big letter is up top, the tall letters are the same height, and the small parts of the letters are the same height too. And then some of the letters, this is something I've been talking to people too as well about. Lots of letters start with that C shape. So I'm going to write a D actually, but I'm starting with the C shape. I'm going up, down, and then make a D for dinosaur. The dinosaur. If I put my cardboard or my ruler on top here, you can see that all those small parts of the letters are exactly the same size. And the taller letters are the same size too. That's what we're trying to get. The dinosaur was eating bananas. Look at that. So you can see that my letter sizes are all really consistent. Consistent means it's the same. It's kind of the same. I don't have some huge ones. I don't have some middle ones. I don't have some tiny ones. They're all sitting on the line. Some of the letters, the tall letters, are the same height. And then you can see the G, the round part sits on the line, and then the hook part goes underneath. And then the tall letter and all those, look at them, all the same height. So that's what we're hoping that you can notice about your writing too. Now that we're more than 100 days in grade 1, we're hoping that you can start to see that in your writing and think, maybe I could be making my writing more consistent. There's my example. I wonder if you could just take a moment now, just to make some lines on a paper, use some lined paper, and see if you can try that. Try if you can get your lines on the paper, your words to be just about the same size.